watched any of this shit, guys. So we're gonna react to it live, okay? We're gonna react to it live. So here we have this dude that's clearly wearing a wig. Okay, he's clearly wearing a wig. We got a lady. I'm assuming she's the one that's gonna be discussing equality between men and women. And we have Jordan Peterson, the top G, the true top G. Never.
What do you understand by equality, Sophie? What does it mean to you?
So, okay, first of all, getting asked, right? What is equality?
Freedom.
That's not equality. Freedom is not equality. Equality is equal. Freedom is your ability to do whatever you want. So right off the bat, she doesn't know what she's talking about. Let's see where this takes us. Oh my. And I'm guessing that the guy with the wig is also pro bullshit. Okay? Pro bullshit.
Can you be more, is it equality of opportunity? Is it equal pay across the board? Is it something more than that?
So the question is...
Freedom.
Understand by equality, Sophie.
So the question is, what is equality?
What does it mean to you?
Let's see if she can define it.
Freedom.
Can you be more, is it equality of opportunity? Is it equal pay across the board? Is it something more than that?
I think equality's better for everyone.
No shit, but what is it?
I think, okay. You know,
I'm guessing she's gonna say something about feelings.
Really delighted, you know, I love my job because...
Yeah, but what is it?
It's an optimistic and a hopeful job, which is about creating more choices for people. I'm interested in people being able to have different choices and having equality of outcome.
You can't have equality of outcome. It's impossible because circumstances are different. You can't have equality of outcome when you're completely different. If you're a different gender, you're gonna have a different outcome. That is absolutely obvious, right? If you're a different height, if you're a different weight, if you're a different religion, if you live in a different country, it is impossible to have equality of outcome when you are different. And this is the problem. They want to bunch everybody up into billions of people into one category, and if you do not comply to that category, they fuck with you.
Well, so you're going to have choices and equality of outcome. What if people choose different things, which is...
I fucking love this man, bro. This man knows his shit, bro. I love you, Jordan.
Is what they've been doing in Scandinavia. So the Scandinavian countries have moved more towards gender equality.
So just so you guys know, this dude who's super fucking nice is getting just absolutely hammered in the media. We got to protect this man.
Than any other countries, and the personality differences in Scandinavia have increased rather than decreased, and the proportion of women who are choosing STEM fields has decreased rather than increased. So as cultures become more gender neutral, the number of women who choose STEM fields decreases.
What do you mean by STEM fields?
So science, technology, engineering, and math.
The jobs that usually men do. When they have more choices, they choose against it. Why? Because it's not what they like to do. It's fucking obvious.
Mathematics. So if you let men and women make their choices, what actually...
If you let men and women make their choices, they're going to make the choices based on the tendencies that they have because they are a man or a woman.
What happens is that they specialize in different situations, and you don't get equality of outcome.
Could they not have been programmed to have...
Could they have not been programmed? Do you want to talk about programming? Do you want to talk about programming? Do you want to talk about programming? Could they have not been programmed?
I won't wait. I'm not coming down from this.
Could they have not been programmed? Could they have not been programmed to not be themselves? Could they have not been programmed? Could they have not been programmed?
Kids have to go to the pediatrician a certain number of times for the first few years of their life. It's to make sure they get fully vaccinated or growing on time. They ask a question to see if the children know the difference. So the pediatrician looked at Bug and she said, "Are you a boy or a girl?"
At the age of 4? Could they not be programmed?
You don't get equality of outcome.
Could they not have been programmed to have those views from the moment we raise them and give boys Lego and construction?
No, because what...
This shit's so obvious. Shout out to Nico that put me onto all this bullshit, bro. I'm telling you, I'm out here making my crypto money. Here, this is my stream setup, but that's my work setup right there. I'm doing my own shit. I live in my own house, like doing my own thing. And then I see this kid on TikTok and I'm like, who the fuck is this kid? So I call Jordan Welch, my boy, and I'm like, yo, Jordan, I need you to fucking put me on to Sneeko. So he's like, yeah, no worries. Let me get that shit done. Shout out to Jordan. And he's like, all right, hey, link up. I call Sneeko. I'm like, yo, I need you to fucking fly out to PR this weekend. So I book him a first flight, first class ticket, put him at the Vanderbilt Hotel, 5-star hotel. I'm like, all right, bro, what the fuck is going on with this generation, bro? Because I'm out of it, right? Like, this entire YouTube scene is new. This entire thing is new to me. Like, I don't really know any of this shit. So this to me is all new. But anybody that uses common sense will understand what is happening. And I've watched none of this, but I can tell you, it's so obvious. Wait till we get to this guy, bro. Wait till we get to that guy. Whatever he is, we'll see.
What happens is that as countries get more egalitarian, which means there's less programming of that sort, the differences get larger, not smaller. And the scientific data on that is clear. And most of it was generated by people who have a left-leaning bias, so you can't blame it on conservative scientists. It was a shock to everyone to find that out.
Sophie,
I think the difference between Jordan and me is that we look at evidence.
One has a penis, another one has a vagina. Let's start with that difference. Therefore, you're going to have a difference in your operating system. Now, you're going to talk about your difference in opinion.
Sophie,
I think the difference between Jordan and me is that we look at evidence and we lean towards different theories. So Jordan's theory is very much evolutionary, you know, that there are inherent differences in men and women. Mine is very much more social role theory, if you like, and that men and women are taking on different roles due to the expectations that society puts on them. And it's...
Bro, ain't nobody got no expectations for fucking nobody, bro. Just do your own shit. Just don't bother me. I don't have if you want to work a job, bitch, and you want to work at the coal mines, go work at the fucking coal mines. If you want to be a news anchor, be a news anchor. Do whatever the fuck you want. Just don't bother me. Just don't bother me. Every motherfucker that's out there, blue collar, shout out to all my blue fucking collar workers. They don't give a fuck about this shit, bro. They're out here gunslinging, hanging out, protecting, taking care of their families. But I will tell you one thing, bro, and this is a fact. When a man starts making money and a man becomes independent, he thinks about a few things. How to provide for their family, how to take care of their parents, how to build generational wealth. And women, they think about, how do I become an independent woman? Prove me wrong.
It's interesting that Jordan frequently cites Scandinavian countries where they've made more, like, there's nowhere in the world that women are equal.
Obvious.
But Scandinavia has made the most progress towards shared
socialism,
shared parenting, etc.
Yep.
That said, it's not done yet. There's nowhere in the world where this is done yet.
But it's having the opposite effect that the gender equality types predicted. Opposite, not the same. And it isn't a theory, it's actually data driven by tens of thousands of surveys and the best scientific literature on the topic. It's not a theory, and I didn't come about it because of my political perspective. I looked at the data,
Exactly, because it's not what you feel. Facts don't care about your feelings, bitch.
Showed was that as countries become more egalitarian, the differences between men and women grow. They don't shrink.
So what I'm interested in is data and analysis as well, and I'm particularly interested in the ones presented, such as the ones by the University of...
The biased ones.
Southern California.
No shit, Southern California. No shit, Southern California. Have you been to California recently? This is so obvious, bro. How is it so obvious that she was going to pick a biased university that was left-leaning, that was most likely going to attack a state that attacks all sort of conservative values and morality is completely out the window? Bro, we're going to have so much fucking fun doing this thing, bro. I'm telling you. I'm already predicting this shit. This shit's about to be hella fun, bro. Which
discovered that change towards gender equality is actually being slowed by beliefs that are legitimizing social inequalities on the basis of sex. And I'm also interested, I mean, like Jordan, I look at the data and I look at the studies, and I'm really also very much interested in studies like the analysis that was done by the American Psychological Society, which looked at 45 analysis of whether there's sex difference over 20 years. And its conclusion was that men and women are basically alike in terms of personality.
Everybody knows this isn't the case. They're not the same. Have you seen how a woman reacts to a bad situation, how a man reacts to a bad situation? Have you seen how a woman reacts to stress, how a man reacts to stress? If I gave 100 dudes a piece of paper and told me, your girl, when a situation goes down like south, right? What I went in the comments, all right? A situation is full of pressure, okay? I want everybody to chat. What is your reaction? Like, what is the average female reaction? Tell me. I'll tell you mine. My girl starts crying, right? Or that's my girl's reaction. Or she becomes highly emotional. Now I'll tell you my reaction. Since we're not the same, I try to solve the problem. Is this just me, or am I completely living in a bubble, bro? Am I living in a bubble here or not? Shout out to everybody in California that's awake, by the way. Fuck with you guys. Just get out of there. If you're paying 50% tax, come on, bruh. Come on. Like, am I right about this shit? Am I completely delusional, guys? Please validate my claims or tell me I'm wrong. Either way. So they're clearly not the same. This is obvious.
That men and women are basically alike in terms of personality, in terms of cognitive ability.
Look at this man's face. He's about to grill her ass, bro. Watch this shit, bro.
In terms of leadership. But what it did find...
Pinch said, but that's not how I feel, and you're misogynist.
...was that media depictions of men and women as fundamentally different perpetuate misconceptions, as does workplace bias.
Oh, God, so it's...
She just read that shit from her paper, bro. She doesn't even believe it. Look at it. Look at this.
Fundamentally.
Look at that. This is how highly convicted she is about her claims. She has to read her fucking facts.
Different. Perpetuate misconceptions, as does workplace bias.
Oh, God, so it's my fault.
So, no, well, you know, you're leaving soon. It's
Men and women actually are more the same than they are different. But the issue is that small differences at the population level can turn into very large differences at the extreme. So, for example,
there you go.
Men and women are broadly similar with regards to aggression, although men tilt a little bit more towards aggression. So that if you picked a random person out of the population, male and female, and you guessed that the male was more aggressive, you'd be right 60% of the time. But if you take the 1 in 100 most aggressive people, they're all male. And that's why the overwhelming proportion of people who are in prisons are male. Now, do you want to equalize that? Just out of curiosity? What about bricklayers?
You got to look at it at a multi-billion person perspective, and then you'll understand why these stereotypes exist.
They're 99% male, and we've got about 3/4 of the population now in universities in the humanities and social sciences are female.
Yeah.
Are we going to equalize that? And men work longer hours. They work more dangerous jobs. They're more likely to move. They're more likely to work outside. They're more likely to participate in jobs in the STEM fields that are scalable. They make more money for those reasons. And that's all hidden under the idea that the reason that men and women make different amounts of money is because of their gender. It's a very simplistic analysis, and trying to address...
I was just going to say, Sophie, can you come back on that?
What I'm trying to equalise is opportunity and choice.
Fine, let's equalise choice.
You agree on that.
But we won't get equal outcome that way.
Yeah, bro, everybody, dude, work whatever fucking job you want to work, go do it. But if a dude does it better, don't complain that it's because you're a woman. It's because the dude just does it better. And you can't expect the same outcome of a male performance as you would from a female performance. And that doesn't mean that every task or every job that a dude does is better than a woman. We obviously know that. 75% of the people that I hire inside my organization are women. Why? Because for the jobs that I need in my organizations, women do a better job.
And I think that what happens then, nobody knows, because we've never done it yet.
We do know. We know what's happened in Scandinavia.
But it's not...
Plainhawk says, I'm a woman and men handle stuff a lot better than us, but they also get more upset than physical. So it's emotional. Good observation, good observation.
Fully got there yet.
No, but it's going in the opposite direction that everyone predicted, and strongly.
I think one of the things I loved about Jordan's book, which I speed read last night. So
One thing I like about his book that I didn't actually read, I only speed read his book, and now I'm going to make assumptions about his book, but I didn't really read it because I don't actually give a fuck about his opinion. I speed read his book. That basically means I skimmed over it, I pulled points so that I could understand what shit I was going to debate on, but I didn't truly study his points of view because I don't give a fuck.
forgive me, Jordan, I've not read every line. But one of my favourite rules in Jordan's book is Rule 9, which says, assume the person you are listening to might know something you don't. And I think that in a country where men outnumber women by 2 to 1 in Parliament, in local government, where women's voices are not equally represented in media, where our education systems still are teaching boys and girls ideas of pink and blue.
Pink and blue or rainbows? I don't know which school you're teaching, but the schools I'm looking at ain't teaching pink and blue, bro.